Archangel Michael says, "It's an emergency, only 5 minutes left, 5 minutes only." The Archangel who has always cared for you more than you realize is pleading with you to pay attention right now. Michael says, "The heavens are shaking and 5 sacred angels who have guarded you since your first breath are waiting to speak. They are kneeling in tears, but I cannot let this moment slip away without giving you one last warning. If you delay even now, everything heaven prepared for you could fade like smoke. You stand at the edge of a supernatural doorway, and the choice to step through it or remain behind is in your hands right now." Type Amen to get blessing 314. Michael says, "I was instructed to withhold this word until the very second your spirit was ready, and that moment is now. Heaven itself has cried out to stop what is rushing toward you. This warning is not because of your works but because of divine mercy. The truth has already been released, and if you ignore it today, no one else will come to warn you again." At this hour the 5 archangels Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel, Siriel, and Sadkiel have written your name in holy light. Even now, though your eyes may not see them, they are standing beside you waiting for your response. Type Amen to get blessing 426. A countdown in the Spirit has begun. From the moment you opened this message, the clock started ticking. 2 forces are moving toward your destiny, one to cover you, the other to steal everything you prayed for. Your 5 protectors from heaven cannot act unless you align yourself with this word. This is your shield, your intervention, your last chance to choose truth before the road changes forever. They saw the whispers behind your back, the false smiles, the seeds of chaos planted into your path. One of the archangels already intercepted a danger meant for your body just last week. Without their hand you would not even be alive to read this. Type Amen to get blessing 587. This is not to make you afraid, it is heaven's way of breaking through your distraction. Last Friday when you wore that outfit, your energy was targeted. A picture of you was carried into a dark room meant to drain your spirit, but when your name was called at that altar, 5 bolts of divine fire shattered it into ashes. The one who tried to touch your destiny now suffers a backlash they cannot escape, still they will try again. This time they plan to use someone who knows your deepest fear. That person is already marked with divine light, and soon you will notice them avoiding you, unable to stay in your presence. Type Amen to get blessing 652. Watch carefully, the one who over-apologizes or suddenly gives you unexpected gifts carries a hidden agenda. Pause and pray before accepting anything offered to you in words or objects. Another sign is already near your sleeping space, an item that does not belong there. Someone entered your dreams through that link, disturbing your rest and stirring your emotions at strange hours. But Archangel Uriel has already broken that chain. If you believe this message, your body will soon feel a gentle warmth over your shoulders and back, proof that your path is being realigned. Type Amen to get blessing 771. Tonight a wave of divine current will be released even if your eyes don't see it. In heaven there exists a letter sealed with your name. Inside are the instructions for your next 3 blessings. But unless you respond, the seal will stay unbroken. Only by finishing this word in faith will the angels be permitted to deliver it. One of the 5 has already battled darkness on your behalf, standing over your name as it was cursed by a relative of your bloodline. But what the enemy didn't know is that Sadkiel, the angel of vengeance, carries authority to strike. That spirit now bears a scar they cannot erase. Type Amen to get blessing 824. Be alert, someone is using a name close to yours in their schemes, but the archangels are already shifting frequencies so you will not be tied to their downfall. If you have felt drained, tearful, or strangely disconnected over the last 48 hours, it is because that energy tried to latch onto you. But heaven shattered its grip. There is also a man with a calm face and soft voice who pretends to admire you, yet behind the quietness lies an agreement to keep you spiritually bound. He is not alone. A woman tied to him once stood smiling near you in a gathering. Her name has already been whispered into this room by the angels. Type Amen to get blessing 933. A sudden memory of her face may return, or you may see her image flash in your mind. That is no accident, it is heaven pointing her out to you. Their plan was to bring you shame, but it already failed. Still they will attempt again, and this time it will involve something written, a document, a message, or even your own words twisted against you. For this reason, do not sign anything in the coming days unless your spirit feels total peace. Soon someone will bring up an old conversation or show you a forgotten photo. It will be a marker of who still clings to your past and who is misusing it. Type Amen to get blessing 1021. The 5 angels are standing guard over your voice now, and from this moment your truth will only be spoken when you give it permission. You are no longer the same as you were months ago. Your spirit, even your very DNA, has been transformed. This is why certain people now feel distant. They were not chosen for the next stage of your life. Expect a flicker of light or gentle warmth in your room tonight. That will be your sign that angelic hands are at work rearranging your atmosphere. A name is being erased from your story and a new one added to your circle. That is why someone close will suddenly disappear or stop replying. They were not written into your future. Type Amen to get blessing 1188. The angels have also exposed a device or digital tool being used against you in secret. But heaven has already scrambled its function. Even now the path ahead is being cleared. You are stepping into a higher level of influence, and this intervention marks the turning point. Do not fear what is being removed. It is heaven's way of making space for the greater that is coming. When you see the next sign, a sudden silence, a delayed reply, or a shift in energy, know that the supernatural countdown has turned in your favor. Type Amen to get blessing 1355. And if this word has touched you, remember this message reached you not by accident but by design. Heaven itself is speaking to your name. Stay alert, stay prayerful, and let this truth be the covering you walk under from this day forward. Soon someone will confess a secret they've been holding from you, a truth they thought could remain hidden. Their words will not only surprise you but also confirm the whispers you've been hearing in your spirit. Heaven will allow this confession not to hurt you but to free you from every lingering shadow of doubt. What they tried to keep locked away will turn into evidence that God has always been protecting you behind the scenes. This revelation will push you into deeper alignment with your divine assignment, showing you once more that no weapon formed against you has ever been allowed to prosper. Type Amen to get blessing 1234. As these hidden truths come forward, you will begin to notice your environment shifting. Objects that once felt familiar may suddenly feel heavy or unsettled. That is not random, it is the spiritual residue of old energy trying to cling to your presence. The archangels have already marked these spaces, and you will feel an undeniable pull to cleanse, to release, and to create room for what is sacred. Do not ignore the urge. Even a small act of letting go will open wide the gates of clarity. Heaven is preparing your atmosphere to match your new identity, and nothing unaligned can remain. Type Amen to get blessing 5678. There will be a moment where silence surrounds you so strongly that you may question if you've been abandoned. But the truth is the opposite. This silence is holy. In that quiet the angels are placing words in your spirit that will later shake atmospheres and shift destinies. Your voice has been chosen as a vessel of divine sound. That is why it has been under such heavy attack. From now on, when you speak, your words will not fall to the ground but carry power, weight and authority unseen before. Type Amen to get blessing 9012. Archangel Michael now steps closer to remind you the glow that appears in your mirror, the warmth you feel in your chest is not imagination. It is the seal of divine fire resting on your life. Others will sense it even if they cannot explain it. Sensitive spirits will be drawn toward you for comfort, while those carrying hidden darkness will feel unsettled around you. Do not mistake their discomfort for rejection. It is proof of the authority resting upon you. Your very presence disrupts falsehood. Type Amen to get blessing 3456. A strange message, either handwritten or digital, will find its way to you soon. At first glance it may appear meaningless, but a single line or word will pierce through your heart like lightning. That phrase is heaven's echo reminding you of something you were meant to remember all along. This confirmation will awaken boldness inside you that fear tried to bury. Courage is being restored, not from your past struggles but from your divine origin. You are stepping back into the unshakable version of yourself that darkness once tried to erase. Type Amen to get blessing 7890. Archangel Raphael has been quietly healing your mind and heart. The reason you did not collapse completely in your lowest hour was because Raphael was there, lifting you softly, almost like a net beneath your spirit. Your enemies will never know how close you came to disappearing, but heaven kept you hidden under its wings until the right time. Now as you rise, those same voices will try to rewrite history, but the divine record cannot be erased. Their false narratives cannot touch the truth heaven holds over your name. Type Amen to get blessing 1239. There is a child in your family who has been spiritually aware of your journey. Their dreams may reveal pieces of what you are going through, though they may not yet understand it. Your transformation is safeguarding their future as well. You are not only rising for yourself but also igniting a chain of protection for generations yet to come. This is why your path feels heavier. It carries more than your own story. It carries a divine legacy that must be preserved and passed forward. Type Amen to get blessing 4567. The Archangels are now unlocking clarity regarding a choice you've been postponing. Where confusion clouded your path before, suddenly simplicity will appear. What once seemed complex will now feel guided, almost effortless. You will recognize this shift through 3 signs in the coming days: a delayed response that carries hidden meaning, a repeated number that keeps appearing, and a deep emotional change that no words can explain. Together these 3 confirmations will point you directly toward your next step. Type Amen to get blessing 8901. Someone who once dismissed you in your weakest season is about to witness your strength from a distance. They assumed your silence meant defeat, but heaven was only preparing you for a louder return. Now your very presence will speak louder than explanations ever could. Every move you make will carry spiritual impact. To those who once misjudged you, you will seem unrecognizable, and their discomfort is proof that you have stepped into a higher atmosphere where manipulation can no longer survive. Type Amen to get blessing 2345. A spiritual fire is sweeping through the timeline of your destiny. Where betrayal left shadows, divine light now enters. The 5 archangels are clearing out every trace of shame and planting seeds of holy confidence. They are aligning your steps so strongly that even detours will become redirections. A phone call or unexpected message will soon test your spirit's ability to discern. Listen carefully. Do not be quick to respond emotionally. Pause and let your spirit weigh the truth. This test will prove that you are now led by spirit, not impulse. Type Amen to get blessing 6789. One of the archangels has intercepted a dark attempt against your finances. Someone tried to redirect blessings meant for you, mimicking your spiritual energy, but Archangel Gabriel shredded their disguise. Their hunger for what they never earned has been exposed, and confusion is now entangling their affairs. Meanwhile, heaven is opening doors for you that will require no explanation, only faith to walk through them. What was once delayed will now accelerate with unstoppable force. Type Amen to get blessing 0123. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $10. Strangers will begin smiling at you for no apparent reason. That is because your aura is now layered with divine authority, radiating light that sensitive spirits cannot ignore. This glow will draw blessings toward you, but it may also attract attacks from those secretly jealous of your rise. Be cautious, not everyone celebrating you is sincere. Heaven will soon highlight an object in your environment that carries hidden negativity. Within 3 days you will feel an undeniable urge to release it. Do not resist its removal, will make space for sacred presence to enter. Type Amen to get blessing 4568. Pressure may build around your ears as if your hearing is being filtered. This is heaven tuning your spirit to catch divine whispers more clearly. From then on you won't just hear sound, you will hear direction. Guidance will flow in ways you never imagined, and what once seemed confusing will now become crystal clear. Heaven is reshaping your senses to align with divine instructions, for your journey is too important to be led by noise. Type Amen to get blessing 9013. The person being aligned with you has carried scars of rejection but also carries the light of survival. Heaven has shaped them to stand beside you without envy, without hidden agenda. They come as confirmation that not everyone is sent to test you, some are sent to walk with you, to double your strength, to pour where others try to drain. Do not resist their arrival simply because it feels unfamiliar. What is new is necessary. The angels remind you that destiny never comes dressed in comfort but in challenge that shapes growth. Type Amen to get blessing 1245. As you step forward, the vibration around your spirit will shift again. Strange encounters may increase, not because you are cursed but because your light is exposing the hidden shadows around others. People may reveal intentions they never spoke before. Some will distance themselves without explanation, while others suddenly cling closer. This is the sorting of energies, the divine separation between what belongs and what never truly did. God says, the ones who are meant to stay will find peace near you, and the ones who are not will find restlessness. Trust the shift, for it is protection, not punishment. Type Amen to get blessing 6780. Archangel Michael says, your name has been carried into higher realms, whispered in circles where even your doubts cannot reach. That's why you've been sensing unseen movement in your atmosphere. Doors closing unexpectedly were not rejection but redirection. The delay you feared was actually preparation. There was a divine adjustment happening in the background so that when your moment arrives no one can take credit but heaven itself. This is why you've been hidden, why silence has stretched longer than expected. It was never emptiness, it was incubation. Type Amen to get blessing 1230. Your dreams in these days may feel unusual, even fragmented. Do not dismiss them as random. They are encrypted messages carrying images from the angelic realm. What looks confusing in the dream will reveal meaning in your waking hours. If you see water, it means cleansing; if you see fire, it means empowerment; if you see doors, it means transition. The angels are using imagery to bypass your logical mind and speak directly to your soul. Write them down, for what seems small in the night may hold the key in the morning. Type Amen to get blessing 4598. There is also someone from your past who thought they could return at their convenience. They feel your energy rising and they want access, not because they've changed but because they sense what you are stepping into. Heaven warns you, test motives, not memories. Just because they carry a familiar face does not mean they carry a safe spirit. Archangel Michael says, "Do not chase what sparkles but holds no substance. The enemy loves to wrap lies in glitter. I will show you the hidden core so you can choose without confusion." This guidance is not just for relationships but for every door that presents itself in front of you. You are not being cold, you are protecting your divine assignment. Type Amen to get blessing 7856. A strange stillness will soon rest upon your home. At first it may feel heavy, but don't mistake it for darkness. It is the hovering of divine presence. During these moments speak what you desire, for the walls will hold the vibration and angels will record it. Heaven is giving you authority to declare what must remain and what must depart from your life. What you release will stay released, what you welcome will stay secured. Do not waste this window on fear, speak faith. Type Amen to get blessing 3478. The legal trap that once hovered near you has already collapsed, but heaven says this is only the beginning of protections being released. Someone tried to orchestrate paperwork, meetings or decisions that could delay your progress, but every time they attempted something small would break: a printer, a schedule, a conversation cut short. These interruptions were not accidents, they were angelic interventions. You may never know the full extent of what was blocked, but trust this: heaven has already fought battles you never even saw forming. Type Amen to get blessing 9087. In the coming nights you may hear ringing in your ears or feel tingles along your skin. This is not medical, this is spiritual alignment. Your senses are being upgraded. Where you once overlooked subtle signs, you will now feel them sharply. Heaven is fine-tuning your discernment so you no longer waste energy on the wrong voices. Even silence will speak, even absence will guide, even rejection will reveal direction. Trust what you feel, for it is not paranoia, it is perception being purified. Type Amen to get blessing 6543. God says, the jealousy around you is real, but so is the shield. There is a woman with eyes full of envy who has been trying to mimic your energy. She copies your style, your words, your very rhythm. But imitation cannot access inheritance. The angels have wrapped your digital presence, your voice, even your photos in divine encryption. Every attempt to tap into your energy online will now return static. They may try to study you, but what was once open has been sealed. Your frequency is locked and only heaven holds the key. Type Amen to get blessing 5432. Do not be surprised when a blessing enters your life appearing small. It will not arrive with loudness but with quiet purpose. A call you almost ignored, a meeting you didn't expect, a task you thought was ordinary, inside it will be the seed of breakthrough. The angels are reminding you that heaven hides power in what looks plain. Receive it with humility and it will multiply. One of the 5 archangels is preparing this divine connection even now, aligning hearts and timing so the moment cannot be missed. Type Amen to get blessing 1098. This person coming to you is not just a companion but a multiplier. They too have been tested, purified through storms and molded to stand in truth. They will not drain you, they will expand you. Where others try to shrink your light, this one will ignite it further. They will remind you that heaven never calls you to walk alone. Together you will step into assignments bigger than either of you could hold alone. This is not accident, this is alignment. Type Amen to get blessing 7654. The fire around your name has only grown stronger. Every attempt to smother it has only fueled its flame. What was once delayed is now being accelerated. Your name has been mentioned in sacred places and blessings have been activated on your behalf without you even asking. Some of the reactions around you, confusion, distance, sudden closeness, are all signs that your aura has shifted. Your energy now announces what your words don't have to. This is the sign you are being carried forward by heaven's current. Type Amen to get blessing 3210. Your space has become a temple without walls, carrying a vibration that even unspoken words can feel. People who step near you will notice an unexplained calm or sometimes an unexplainable tension depending on the truth they carry inside. The light around you is not passive, it's active, scanning, discerning and reflecting what dwells in the hearts of others. What once could deceive you can no longer bypass your spirit because heaven has heightened your inner radar. Type Amen to get blessing 8765. And spiritual layers are being lifted. The heaviness you once mistook for your own sadness was never yours, it was a residue of battles from generations before you. Heaven has finally cut those cords. Now when you breathe free. When you pray, the sound travels further than ever before. The archangels are recording your words, weaving them into answers that will meet you in unexpected ways. Type Amen to get blessing 2109. Archangel Michael steps forward in this season more powerfully than before. He is sharpening your discernment so you can separate what looks good from what is truly divine. He says, "Do not chase what sparkles but holds no substance, the enemy loves to wrap lies in glitter. I will show you the hidden core so you can choose without confusion." This guidance is not just for relationships but for every door that presents itself in front of you. Type Amen to get blessing 9876. A reunion is being orchestrated but not the kind you're expecting. Someone from your past life, spiritual or ancestral, is walking with you unseen, leaving clues in your dreams. That déjà vu you feel is not random, it is memory awakening. You have walked these roads before and this time you will not stumble. This time the lessons are complete and the angels will not allow cycles to repeat. Type Amen to get blessing 5421. There is also a divine transaction occurring in your finances. What was blocked, delayed or unfairly withheld is being released. Expect resources to appear from unusual sources, refunds you forgot about, debts suddenly cleared, opportunities that seemed too perfectly timed. None of this is coincidence, heaven is balancing the scales. Archangel Michael has been at the gates dismantling spiritual thieves who attempted to siphon your blessings. Type Amen to get blessing 9870. Your dreams will carry heavier weight in this period. Pay attention to the colors, the numbers, the fragments that seem random. These are not random, they are encrypted messages from the divine. When you wake with a phrase repeating in your mind, write it down. It is not just for comfort, it is instruction. Heaven is rewriting your subconscious so that even in your sleep you are trained in spiritual power. Type Amen to get blessing 6512. Do not be surprised when people begin to distance themselves. Some will leave quietly, others with conflict, but both are answers to prayers you once prayed. You ask for authenticity, heaven is removing what does not align with that request. It may sting, but it is not loss, it is clearing. The archangels remind you that pruning always precedes greater growth. Without it your roots could not hold the weight of what's coming. Type Amen to get blessing 3489. And in the midst of these shifts your voice is changing too. Even when you whisper, your words carry authority. When you speak, atmospheres shift. Heaven has aligned your tongue with divine frequency, and so casual words will not leave your lips anymore. Everything you say is marked. That is why silence has been given to you as a weapon. Sometimes the loudest battle cry is no response at all. Type Amen to get blessing 9076. There will be encounters in the coming days where strangers treat you with unexplainable kindness. This is angelic influence. You may notice delays removed, doors opened, or even safety provided in sudden moments. These are not accidents. The unseen realm is arranging physical proof so that your faith grows unshakable. When you witness it, acknowledge it. Gratitude seals the miracle and multiplies it. Type Amen to get blessing 1267. Dove, if you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $10. This is not demanded but a door of honor that activates multiplied blessings in return. And as you walk forward, understand your elevation is not a quiet one. Heaven is making an announcement in the spirit world with your very existence. Demons shudder when your name is spoken, angels bow their heads in respect. And the divine records show your obedience not as small acts but as eternal victories. Type Amen to get blessing 8954. You are about to experience acceleration. What took years before will happen in months, even weeks. The spiritual resistance that once dragged your feet has been burned away. You are now walking with angelic momentum, and nothing can stop what has already been written. Heaven's calendar has turned to your page, and your destiny is no longer waiting, it is unfolding. Type Amen to get blessing 4589. This acceleration may make you feel disoriented at times. Old emotions will surface suddenly only to dissolve quickly. Relationships will test themselves only to realign or fall away. Do not resist the quickness. This is how heaven works when it is time for fulfillment. The shaking is not to harm you but to remove the dust of delay so your crown shines clearly. Type Amen to get blessing 7812. Archangel Michael whispers again, stand still, child of light, I have gone before you, I have cleared the path though your eyes cannot yet see it. Trust the tug in your spirit more than the picture in front of you. For I am guiding you into places your enemies will never follow. And with that assurance you are not walking into darkness, you are walking into divine appointment. Every step now is a signature of heaven's promise. Every breath carries the fragrance of breakthrough. The threshold you crossed cannot be reversed. You are already crowned in the Spirit, and soon the world will witness it too. You are stepping into a chapter where even silence will speak on your behalf. There are people planning conversations, whispers and circles about you, but none of it will touch you. What surrounds you now is divine armor, untouchable and unshakable. The wicked may gather, but their words dissolve before they even reach you. Your crown is visible in the Spirit even when you can't see it in the mirror. Type Amen to get blessing 606. There is someone observing your growth from the shadows, silent but unsettled. They smile politely, but their heart wrestles with envy. The angels have already visited her in dreams, warning her of the consequences. If she continues, the weight of her jealousy will collapse her own energy, not yours. Heaven protects what it crowns. What is written for you cannot be delayed. Your presence will shift atmospheres, your voice will open doors, you will be welcomed into spaces without asking for entry. Type Amen to get blessing 202. Someone who doubted you before will try to attach themselves now that your season of rising is undeniable. They will speak sweet words, but their vibration will not align with their tone. Your angels are handing you mirrors, and every encounter will reflect either truth or test. Trust your discernment. You'll soon hear words from someone that echo exactly what you prayed for. That is your sign. Heaven is using voices around you to confirm divine promises. You are no longer the forgotten, you are the remembered, the marked, the chosen one. Type Amen to get blessing 505. The delays that once kept you waiting are being dissolved. You endured tears, silence and isolation, but now the angels declare that the waiting is over. Your name is circulating through divine systems. Assignments are being written in heaven's halls to create space for your blessing. You will notice interruptions, last-minute changes, even sudden cancellations. Don't resist them. These are not accidents, they are alignments. What looks like chaos is heaven's choreography guiding you toward the right moment. Type Amen to get blessing 360. Something precious is preparing to arrive in your life, not from people but from Spirit. Wealth, connection and opportunity are loading in the background. Tonight one of the 5 archangels will deliver a message in your dreams. If you dream of light, of flying, of water or of houses from the past, write it down. It's not imagination, it's revelation. This dream will not only speak to today but to the path of your next decade. Archangel Michael says, the others have done their part, now it is your turn to step forward in faith. Dev, if you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $10. Dev, you are still being watched by heaven and by those who wanted your downfall. But now your light blinds their intentions. Every weapon they aimed has already failed, every plan they crafted has already been rerouted. The 5 archangels remain stationed at every corner of your life, protecting your heart, your mind, your spirit, your future, your finances, and your relationships. Type Amen to get blessing 727. Someone from your past will attempt to re-enter, cloaking themselves in nostalgia. They will speak warmly of old memories pretending to heal, but their motive is disruption. Pay attention to the way your chest tightens or your energy dips when they speak. That is heaven training your discernment. You no longer need long explanations, your intuition is your armor. In the past you may have tolerated games, but not anymore. The archangels have upgraded your boundaries. Type Amen to get blessing 999. There was a contract made, spoken, written or meditated upon using your name, but the moment your name left their lips divine thunder split the air. The angels shredded that agreement before it could touch you. That's why you recently felt a weight suddenly lift, a pressure suddenly ease. It was the breaking of a false spiritual tie. The one who tried to bind you is now walking in confusion. Nothing in their life aligns anymore. Every time they remember you, heaven turns your name into a mirror reflecting regret. Type Amen to get blessing 444. Now your steps are mapped with divine precision. Where you walk angels follow, what you touch heaven blesses. An unseen opportunity is rising like vapor. You may not see it clearly yet, but you will feel drawn toward it. Trust the pull. Archangel Raphael is even aligning your physical body for this next chapter. The sudden urge to stretch, to move, to shift habits, it is preparation. You need strength for the weight of your blessing. The enemy has tried to disturb your rest, but peace is your promotion, and now peace is promised. Type Amen to get blessing 131. You are about to be remembered in a place where you were once overlooked. Someone who quietly watched you will speak your name with reverence. This will open doors that cannot be closed again. This isn't a one-time blessing, it is a cycle shift. Longevity is being written over your name. Some connections will deepen, others will dissolve, and that is angelic separation. Tears you cry to become the water that unlocked your release. That's why you suddenly feel lighter, freer, untouchable. Type Amen to get blessing 777. One of the 5 archangels is whispering your name into the ears of those aligned with your future. Soon divine allies will appear, people who feel like old friends but are in fact heaven's answer. They are coming to lift you, not drain you, to build with you, not compete. Even those who once denied you will hear your name again, but this time they will not be allowed near you. Heaven is turning your story into a testimony of bold presence. The old performance is gone, now your value is undeniable and your season of reward is here. The very atmosphere around you has shifted, though it feels subtle to your senses. What others perceive as coincidence is not coincidence at all, it is the alignment of your footsteps with heaven's precise timing. You have stepped into a rhythm where the unseen responds instantly to your faith. A simple whisper of trust now carries the weight of decrees. You are not walking alone, you are moving under divine escort, and every force that once resisted you has already been weakened before your arrival. Type Amen to get blessing 1754. The dreams that once left you confused are about to reveal themselves as directions. Colors you saw, voices you heard, doors you touched, and those visions are not abstract, they are spiritual previews of where you are about to be placed. Heaven used your spirit to walk into tomorrow before your body could arrive, and now that your spirit has mapped the territory, your physical path is about to catch up. What others call prophetic imagination is actually divine memory, you remembering what your soul has already visited. Type Amen to get blessing 5392. Archangel Michael says, do not underestimate the weight of your silence. The very moments you thought were empty were the times the heavens were building the strongest foundations. The absence you felt was not abandonment, it was preparation. Every delay, every pause, every closed door was the disguise of divine timing. And now that veil has been lifted, what once looked like detours are revealed as highways. your journey was never late, it was hidden in sacred timing. Type Amen to get blessing 8816. The 5 archangels are repositioning themselves around you, not as guards alone but as announcers. They are preparing to amplify your presence in spaces that once overlooked you. Where your name was ignored, it will now echo. Where your efforts went unseen, they will now be celebrated. This is not for vanity but for destiny. God says, your voice must be heard not for your sake but because nations are tied to your obedience. Type Amen to get blessing 9307. There will be movements around your finances that make no earthly sense. Money you gave up on will suddenly appear, returns that had no trace will resurface, forgotten seeds sown in faith will bloom without warning. But the angels caution you, guard your increase, do not reveal it prematurely. Not everyone assigned to your circle is prepared to celebrate your gain. Jealousy hides behind smiles and envy disguises itself as advice. Keep the first fruits of your blessing covered until heaven instructs you to release. Type Amen to get blessing 2185. An old object in your possession is holding weight from seasons long past. You will feel an unease when you touch it or see it again. That discomfort is not nostalgia, it is revelation. It is heaven alerting you that the object carries residue of old battles. Release it without hesitation. Once you let it go, the atmosphere of your home will grow lighter and your body will feel freer. The angels are cleansing the air around you to prepare for new manifestations. Type Amen to get blessing 4768. Someone you thought had forgotten you is preparing to reach out, but heaven has delayed their approach not to punish them but to protect you. They are still wrestling between pride and humility, between self and surrender. If they do return, it will not be the same version of them, but remember, you also will not meet them as the same person. The one they once knew no longer exists. You are carrying a divine signature now, a seal no one can counterfeit. This is why strangers will honor you instinctively even without knowing why. Type Amen to get blessing 6241. An idea buried long ago is returning to the surface of your mind. You will feel an unusual nudge to revisit it. Do not dismiss this impulse as random, it is alignment. That idea has been maturing alongside your spirit, waiting for the appointed moment. Archangel Uriel has been assigned to walk you through the completion of this vision. The people, resources and timing are already aligned. When the window opens, it will remain only 7 days. Move quickly but in silence, and then watch the floodgates swing wide. Type Amen to get blessing 7539. This silence you've been sitting in is not emptiness, it is anticipation. Heaven has been writing the final details of your story in secret. When the unveiling occurs, it will feel sudden, as if everything changed in one moment, but in truth the shift has been building quietly for months. Do not mistake the stillness as stagnation, it is the hush before the reveal. Type Amen to get blessing 6820. From this hour forward, signs will follow you. You will overhear conversations that expose hidden motives. Words not meant for your ears will find their way to you. This is not coincidence, it is divine intelligence being handed into your hands. These revelations are not for revenge but for protection. You will no longer stumble into traps, for invisible red flags have been placed around anything that carries harm. Type Amen to get blessing 2913. God says, your name has been spoken in divine meetings. That is why your body vibrates, your emotions shift quickly, and your spirit feels stretched. These are not random sensations, they are confirmations. You are syncing with divine timing. You are no longer running behind the clock. You are running with time, and time itself is now favoring you. This is why what takes years for others will take only months for you. Type Amen to get blessing 4405. A supernatural glow is about to rest on your face. It is not from sleep, not from routine, but from elevation. This glow will disturb some who secretly competed with you even in silence. They will not understand how you rose without noise, without validation, without applause. But it was never by their rules, it was by heaven's decree. Their confusion is confirmation that your frequency has changed. You have left their vibration behind, and now your presence speaks before your words do. Type Amen to get blessing 1172. This is the moment heaven has been orchestrating. You were never overlooked, only hidden, not because you weren't ready but because others weren't worthy to witness your rise too soon. Now, with the foundation set and your spirit sealed, the full release of your assignment has begun. The protective phase is complete, the unveiling has started. The archangels will walk beside you, but the steps are now yours to take. The path has been cleared, the favor has been released, and nothing on earth can stop what has been decreed over your life. The doors have already opened and the divine path is now in motion. The angels are standing in alignment with your next steps, ensuring nothing can intercept what heaven has released. You've entered a season where silence will speak louder than explanations. Your glow will testify, your peace will answer, and your progress will silence doubt. There is no need to defend what God has already declared finished. The victory around you is not loud but steady, not explosive but eternal. This is why even in quiet moments you will feel waves of assurance flowing through your spirit. Type Amen to get blessing 7748. What was once hidden is now coming into light. Conversations that were held behind closed doors about you are being overturned in your favor. People who once dismissed you will be reminded of your name in the most unexpected ways. It is not coincidence, it is divine orchestration. Your presence will be requested in places you thought were beyond reach, not because of human promotion but because heaven has placed a mark on your life that cannot be erased. Every no that once frustrated you was simply a redirection toward a higher yes. Type Amen to get blessing 3651. There is a shifting in your spiritual atmosphere that will make it easier to walk away from anything that no longer serves your destiny. Old patterns, unhealthy cycles and draining relationships will feel foreign to you now. What once held power over your emotions will no longer move you. You've outgrown what once kept you small. Heaven has been pruning you quietly, cutting away every attachment that weighed you down, and now you stand lighter, stronger and freer than ever before. Type Amen to get blessing 8029. The angels have set a hedge around your home. Even when unseen forces tried to plant fear and confusion, they could not cross the boundary heaven placed. Your nights are about to feel more restful. The dreams that once carried fragments of anxiety will now bring instruction, clarity and foresight. Pay close attention to what is revealed as you sleep, for it will carry guidance for the next season. Your rest is no longer a battlefield but a sanctuary. Type Amen to get blessing 5567. Opportunities will appear suddenly without the long delays you once endured. The waiting season was not wasted, it was preparation. Now that you have been trained in patience, discernment and strength, heaven can trust you with rapid acceleration. Things that would have taken years will now manifest in weeks. People will marvel at how quickly doors are opening for you, but they will not see the years of tears, prayers and hidden obedience that positioned you for this moment. Type Amen to get blessing 9873. Archangel Michael is ensuring that no word spoken against you can take root. The gossip, the lies, the criticism, all of it is dissolving before it can land. This is why you'll begin to notice a sudden stillness in the opposition. Where once there was chatter, now there will be silence. the campaign against you has failed, instead your voice will rise stronger, clearer and more anointed than ever before. Type Amen to get blessing 2259. A financial shift is also unfolding. Unexpected provision will arrive not just to cover needs but to position you to bless others. Resources are aligning with your assignment. The struggle that once kept you up at night is being replaced by a flow of abundance. You will recognize it not just by what enters your hands but by the peace it brings. Heaven's economy does not operate by earthly limits, and you are about to see proof of that truth. Type Amen to get blessing 6348. Your relationships will also undergo transformation. Some people will be drawn closer while others will quietly fade. Do not grieve what leaves. Every removal is protection, every arrival is confirmation. God is sending divine connections who carry keys to your next level. They will not compete with your light but complement it. You will know them not by appearance but by the peace and alignment you feel in their presence. Type Amen to get blessing 4910. The atmosphere around you will grow heavy with destiny. Even in ordinary places you will feel extraordinary pullings in your spirit. That is heaven's way of reminding you that you are not common, your path is not average, and your calling is not small. Every step you take is marked by eternal significance. Nothing about your life is wasted, not even the pain. What broke you yesterday is building your testimony today. Type Amen to get blessing 3374. Be prepared for divine interruptions. You may find your plans suddenly rearranged, your schedule unexpectedly shifted. Do not resist these changes, they are redirections. What feels inconvenient at first will reveal itself as protection or opportunity. Heaven knows the roads ahead better than you do, and sometimes detours are the greatest blessings in disguise. Trust the interruptions, they are invitations into greater alignment. Type Amen to get blessing 5892. Your voice is about to carry new weight. Whether you speak to one person or a crowd, your words will pierce deeper than before. Not because you are louder but because heaven has anointed your tongue. Conversations that seemed simple will spark transformation. Encouragement you give without effort will linger in hearts long after you've walked away. This is the new mantle on your life. You are no longer just speaking, you are releasing heaven's vibration through every syllable. Type Amen to get blessing 7004. Do not underestimate the small signs around you. Feathers, numbers, sudden flashes of light, these are not random, they are confirmations that the angels are near, guiding, protecting and affirming your journey. Even the timing of this message is proof that heaven is intentional with you. Nothing is delayed, nothing is missed, everything is synchronized to the clock of eternity, and your life is moving right on schedule. Type Amen to get blessing 9581. And when fear tries to creep in, remember this: the war in the spirit has already been won. You are no longer fighting for victory, you are standing in it. The enemy will attempt distractions, whispers and illusions, but they cannot undo what heaven has sealed. Your posture now is not of striving but of receiving. Your only assignment is to remain aligned, alert and faithful. The rest has already been secured in your favor. Type Amen to get blessing 6721. This is the reason your heart will begin to feel lighter, your steps quicker, your thoughts clearer. The heavy fog that once clouded your decisions is lifting. Clarity is your portion now. What was once confusing will suddenly make sense. Paths that seemed blocked will open with ease. This is not luck, it is alignment. Heaven has declared that it is your time, and nothing can stop the unfolding of that truth. Type Amen to get blessing 1463. Soon testimonies will surround you. Not just your own but those of people who are connected to you. your obedience is unlocking blessings for others, your faith is activating breakthroughs in households you may never even step into. This ripple effect is evidence of how powerful your alignment is. Heaven does not just move through you but through everyone attached to your destiny. Type Amen to get blessing 8205. Your elevation will not go unnoticed. There will be whispers of your name in unfamiliar places, invitations from unexpected sources, and favor that feels unearned. But this is not about your effort, it is about heaven's endorsement. What God has approved no human can deny, what heaven has written no earthly hand can erase. You are walking into a chapter already secured in eternity. Type Amen to get blessing 9946.